No, I got more than 5 minutes. Presidential privilege. Right. That's the beginning. And indeed, I could go on and on about this. Let me say a few things. First, this is simplified. This is simplified. We can actually, if our categories are good, we can divide it up. Every box. There is a policy, public, and critical moment of the professional box, as there is for each of these. And alas, Bernice will not let me give you the details. So that's actually would be thesis number 4, and it took 30 seconds. There is great complexity here. Thesis number 5 is that we are now here talking about sociologies rather than sociologists. If we start talking about sociologists, then we see ourselves as multiply located in this configuration. Multiply located. Many of us here will be in the professional box, but we could also be in the critical policy as public box as well. Sometimes we shift between the two. We are multiply located. I mean, somebody like Christopher Jenks. You know, he's professional sociologist in the morning, policy sociologist at lunchtime, public sociologist in the afternoon, and in the evening he's a critical sociologist. But he's got a low teaching load. Most of us are really located 1 or 2. I mean, then we can look at trajectories. Just think, let me take a typical grad. I will not insult any more people than I have to. A typical Berkeley graduate student, comes to university, perhaps from the public sphere, organizing, in the labor movement. Up here, an embryonic public sociologist comes to Berkeley. Oh, yeah, lots of critical sociology at Berkeley. Oh! What happens in that first semester? You've got to do all these required courses in methods, theory, exams, more exams, 3 years of it. Well, I don't know if that's what I came here to do. Do I want to come up here? Oh! Off you go. Yeah. I will not tell you what percentage take that route. But others can climb up here. Yes, they hang on, perhaps they get tenure, and perhaps then they explode. Get a job, yes. I'm my own trajectory. Well, I started out in policy, that got very dicey. Then I went into public, and I realized one doesn't control knowledge. Then I went into critical, and now look at me. Oh, what's going to happen to me? Question mark. And I can't resist it. Fernando Henrique Cardoso. What's his role? Well, this is a bit of a artistic license. But, perhaps started with a professional sense. Didn't start over here, but started over here, became a critical sociologist, very much in the context of, the political context of Brazil at the time. Pretty authoritarian country, becomes a public sociologist, and then, becomes Minister of Finance, and then becomes, president. I guess that's the difference between the president of Brazil and the president. Well, you can't see it very clearly. Okay. Now, that was thesis. What was that thesis? Number 5. 6 is a really important one. 6 is the normative vision of public sociology. 6 is a normative vision, and it is, and I really want to emphasize this, as a Durkheimian idea. The idea of this is the sort of division of sociological labor. All these are interdependent with one another. My vision is that the flourishing of all is dependent upon the flourishing of each. That they each invigorate each other. Professional sociology was invigorated by the feminist movement, was invigorated by the civil rights movement. Critical sociology couldn't exist without professional sociology because there'd be nothing to critique. Hey, look, come on, Bernice. They're laughing too much. Okay. Give it to me. There is great synergy here. It's my vision. And my vision is this interdependence, this organic division of labor, this interdependence, this vision, this normative vision, suggests that you can contribute to public sociology by being a good professional sociologist, or by being a good critical sociologist, or a good policy sociologist. That one doesn't have to do public sociology. One of my colleagues comes up to me in the corridor, "It's okay, your public sociology, but I don't like being asked by graduate students every day, 'What have you done for the world today?'" Well, I suggest that we can all contribute to public sociology by being good in these various boxes. Okay, that's my sixth normative vision. Well, you'll say to me, this is ridiculous, this is utopian, and I agree, but it's good to have utopias, or as my friend Eric Wright would say, real utopias. This discipline in which we live is a field of power. A field of power in which there's not just reciprocal interdependence among the parts, but there is also antagonistic interdependence. After all, professional sociology has an interest in abstract, inaccessible knowledge, whereas public sociology has an interest in relevant knowledge that is accessible to broad publics. Here we're responsive to peers, here we're responsive more to publics. There is an inherent tension here, antagonism, if you will. Indeed, many people have argued that sociology was in such a bad state because of the strength of this reflexive moment, the critical and the public. If you read books like Ervin Lewis Horowitz, The Decomposition of Sociology, or Turner and Turner, The Impossible Science, that's sociology, or if you read What is Wrong with Sociology, an edited collection by Stephen Cole, in which some of the most distinguished sociologists contributed. If there is something they all have in common, it is that sociology fails to become a true science, accumulate, become coherent, is so fragmented because of the strength of the critical and the public. They hanker after their image, an image, it's sort of economics envy. My view is the opposite. My view is that the danger is that the instrumental dominates the reflexive. That, in fact, professional and policy will exclude, push out, marginalize the critical and the public. And so, I am not a revolutionary. I am not a revolutionary. But I do suggest that we should continue to make space for the critical and the public, because the long-term interest, the vitality of our discipline, the vitality of the professional and the policy will depend upon the existence of the critical and the public. You might say it's a more negotiated rather than a despotic form of domination, a hegemony, as Antonio Gramsci would say. So, I'm for hegemony here, at least in this country.